What up, y'all? Welcome to Malice in Wonderland, episode 27. We got a great show lined up for you today. Started with the news at the top of the hour. We're going to be talking about who Bibi Netanyahu has made his bitch. Hint, it's Donald Trump. Then in the doom scroll, Tucker Carlson has claimed another victim in a man named Ted Cruz. We'll watch his fatality. Then, down the Reddit hole, we're going to be showing you our favorite stories that we found on Reddit this week. After all that, we're going to leave you off with some wise words from a motherfucker who has yet to be named because I haven't put it together yet. All that and more on this show of Malice in Wonderland. Let's rock.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
This fucking bastard.
Go ahead, comment.
Yeah.
Come on, no bullshit, Prince.
You don't fucking touch me, scumbag.
Yeah. Smack blood and skull fragments out your face. Clap stubs at your mother's casket, walking out of a wake. Bang. Young Pesci, fuck'll come test me. Fake your suicide the same way they hung Epstein.
One. What up, y'all? It's your boy, Niko Kayla, I'm here with my homie, the one and only, the man, the myth, the legend. You see his name at the bottom of the screen. It's Mr. Pablo Escobar. How you living today, Pablo? How's your week been? You been chilling? Has it been good? Is there any new news? Is it, hit us with it, bro. Hit us. Let us know.
Oh yeah, my week's been going great. Oh yeah. We're gonna rise to the top like the cream of the crop. Yeah. Oh yeah. I know the haters don't want to see us make it, but you're gonna watch us make it. You're gonna see us do it this year on SummerSlam. Oh yeah, you're gonna. Oh yeah, wrestling. Brother. You're gonna cuck out while we're up at the top and we're fucking your bitch. Oh yeah, it's the mega putting the cream of the crop in your girl. Brother. I'm gonna put it deep inside of her soul. And when it touches her soul, your child's gonna come out looking like me saying, oh damn, brother, what happened to you, Dad? Oh yeah. Let's get into this. That shit hurts my fucking jaw.
Yeah, let's get into this.
Let's fucking do it.
Bringing you hard-hitting news. It's the Malice in Wonderland News Blitz.
It's been a bad week for the United States. It's been a bad week for World War III.
Fortunately.
We're going to see later that our fucking...
Told you.
War and Peace meter is going to be maxed the fuck out pretty soon. It's looking real bad. It's looking real bad. It's going to be no lube soon, and it's all going to be because Benjamin Netanyahu has made the entire world his bitch. I mean, the world that controls our politicians and our politics, he's made
I don't care.
It's
a gay ass. There's a gay ass motherfucker making the world his bitch. Let's just be real here. A bitch ass is a bitch ass motherfucker. All right, this is a guy who gets fucked in the butt or fucks butts. And he's making the world his bitch.
Hold up. I don't know. I can't tell you guys for sure if this is a real picture. This might be AI generated, but I think it might be real.
Oh shit! It's your background. It might be real. I don't know.
I don't know
because we don't tend to post stuff here where that's a lie. So that might be real.
It might be real.
I don't know.
I think it's a real thing that might have. If it's a fake picture, I think it's a real fake picture of a real thing that actually happened. And
I think we need to go through Trump's text. I think we need to see their text, and I think there's something sweet going on over there.
Let's go through our first. I think we need to go into our first story. Let's hit it.
He likes them clipped.
A short time ago, the U.S. military carried out massive precision strikes on the three key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime, Fordow,
all I hear is
and Esfahan.
Benjamin Netanyahu.
Everybody heard those names for
you guys hear him, right? Professional right there.
This horribly destructive enterprise.
Fuck out of here.
Our objective was the destruction of
Iran's
nuclear
he supports Israel
capacity
down there.
And a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular
Yeah. We get it. You sucked
success.
off Benjamin Netanyahu.
Well,
And let's see what happens next.
Raphael Grossi, the Director General of the IAEA, said in light of the urgent situation in Iran,
just a lot of fake hair,
convening an emergency meeting of the IAEA organisation.
Yeah, her fucking hair is bad.
Joining us live now for more is political analyst
and then
Joe
you got
Syracuse.
Trump's
Joe, thank
flappy
you
flap.
so much for joining us.
Your trademark flappy flap.
Certainly very
We're
well
gonna make
indeed.
this the
And
fucking
in
Trump
terms
signal.
of the decision that
Yo,
Donald
Trump's
Trump
coming.
did to
That's how you say
basically
he's coming.
attack
He's
these
coming.
three
That's
nuclear
how you say it quiet.
facility,
That's how you say it quiet.
sites. Were you surprised at all? What's your reaction from what he did?
Yeah, I am surprised, Janie. Look, he promised the international community and the
No, we're
Iranians
not.
that he'd
No, we're not. If you're
think
paying
about
attention,
this
he's
for
a
2 weeks. 2 weeks
So-
became 2 days, and then he
2 weeks
dropped those
became
bombs
2
on
days
them
real
at
fast.
2:31
Well, you
a.m.
want me to tell you
this
that I'm going to
morning.
punch you in the
And
face
so
on this
he
day? Come on.
surprised a lot of people
Exactly.
here. He's
Oh,
ignored his
come
own
on,
I'm
bro.
gonna punch
intelligence
you
advice.
in
I'll
the
He's
give
gonna
you
face
make a lot of
next
enemies
week, and
there.
then in an
There
hour,
are
bam.
18 intelligence agencies in the United States.
He-
And they
he
cost
hit it
over
with
the
$17
funny. It's not
billion
funny.
a
I'm
year,
just
and he
thinking
simply,
stupid. My bad.
dismissed them in favor of his own
not.
instincts
It's
and
cool. It's
hunches.
kinda
here.
funny.
He's also left the European diplomatic community
So-
holding the bag.
A lot of people think this is going to result in some endless war and regime change and the dirty work on behalf of Israel and Benjamin Netanyahu, while our soldiers, our sons and our daughters go over there and they bleed their blood and they fucking die their deaths on foreign soil for these fucking cocksuckers. What do you think, dog?
More. Let's be real here. More sons, less daughters. But whatever. I mean, irrelevant to the point.
Yeah.
I'm just a dickhead. Anyways, what? So psyop. I'm calling it psyop. We've been calling it. Watch the episodes. Go back. This ain't a lie. I've been saying this is might be.
Yeah,
Watch him.
and
Watch
it
him
might
like
be.
Diddy.
And
Watch him
this,
how the world's watching Diddy. Watch Trump.
we'll see what the mouthpieces are saying about whether this is going to turn into more than just
It's not
us
a
dropping a
mouthpiece,
few
it's a dick
barbs.
piece.
All right, for
because
more on this,
Trump's
let's bring
getting
in
fucked.
California Republican Congressman and House Foreign Affairs Committee member Darrell Issa. Congressman, good to see you. Thanks very much for coming back after being here 2 o'clock in the morning. You're doing yeoman duty here. I want to play a little bit more of Tim Kaine, because he does seem to be shouting from the rooftops that the president should have gone to Congress first. Listen.
It's an empty rooftop, though.
Just Friday night, the Israeli foreign minister said that its bombing campaign over the last 9 days had set back the Iranian nuclear program by at least 2 or 3 years. There was no imminent threat to the United States from this nuclear program. It was an offensive war of choice by a president without consultation with Congress.
Bro.
What do you say?
I don't know.
An
I
offensive war
heard
of
that
choice
those
without
motherfuckers
consultation.
didn't have nothing in there of
Well,
relevance.
it's always
That's
what
what
the
I
other
heard.
side
That could be a lie.
says.
I mean,
they
you know.
didn't say it when President Obama acted against Libya. That's a partisan statement.
How many cruise missiles did Bill Clinton fire into Afghanistan?
Well, yeah, that's like when people didn't say shit about Obama.
He actually had about
deporting
5
people,
different
whatever.
places over his career. He did it. He was very much an activist. But I think your point about cruise missiles is important. These are not ground troops. We're not entangled in a war. All of us understand that the 8 years of the Iran-Iraq
It's not
war
ground troops.
means
We're
that
not
you do
entangled
not
in
go
a
into
war
country
yet.
of, nearly 90 million people and think that you're going to get out quickly. So we're not going in.
Come on.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That was a good one. Netanyahu. It's not yet, but we could be, because watch this. I even brought, this is what the foreign minister had to say. Oh, and we're going to see in the doom scroll how, do you know what happened today, bro? The Iranian leader met with Xi Jinping, the Chinese president, in China today. They had an emergency meeting. But let's check this out. This is the Iranian foreign minister. His comments on it. And I know we're going deep into this.
Very good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. Very good. I'm so glad to be with you this morning. Actually, we invited you yesterday for a briefing on the latest developments on the ground, and of course on diplomatic process. because I came here from
I knew it. I
Geneva,
fucking knew it.
where we had our first ministerial meeting of Iran E3.
Another one's coming.
And then I had here yesterday lots of useful, important meetings with the foreign ministers of our region.
It's coming.
And we discussed about different initiatives and ideas existed for the peaceful settlement of this question.
Take me out.
But as all of you know, we suddenly faced with the aggression.
Knew it. I fucking knew it.
By American forces to our nuclear facilities.
No.
The Islamic Republic of Iran condemns in the strongest terms the United States.
Well, no, this is Iran. This is not Israel.
Aggression against
this
Iran's
is Iran.
nuclear facilities. It is an outrageous, grave, and unprecedented violation of the fundamental principles of the Charter of the United Nations and international law. The warmongering and lawless administration in Washington is solely and fully responsible for the dangerous consequences and far-reaching implications of its act of aggression. The U.S. military attack on the territorial integrity and national sovereignty of a UN member state carried out with genocidal Israeli regime, carried out in collusion with the genocidal Israeli regime, has once again revealed the extent of the United States' hostility towards the...
So, yeah, he's a boring ass talker, but all in all, what he's getting to say is like, y'all fucked up, and we're going to fight to the last drop of blood against you motherfuckers now. So, I have a feeling the USS Nimitz that was parked outside of fucking Iran recently is going to they're going to allow it to get hit, and they're going to drag us into fucking World War III with it. You know what I'm saying?
I think that they're going to wait. I think Trump's going to wait. Right, because, well, no. He was on the whole thing of the no wars, right? The being the guy with no wars. So he's gonna be like, I had no choice, and then he's gonna bow out. Right, it's gonna be his time is gonna be up, and the next person's gonna have to deal with this shit. Now we've defended Trump here for a lot of different things, but we've also prosecuted him for a lot of crap he's done. And this is one of those things that's crap.
A whole lot of the Jew dick sucking. He loves to suck a Jew dick.
I mean, what's that fucking video? Go look at last week's episode.
Jew dick down his throat.
With a cut one in his throat. He only likes them if they're cut. You know what I mean? He likes no pepperoni on his meat. But here's the thing. He goes, right? We talked about this before. He when you go look, all he's doing, to be fair, I am kind of defending him here. All he's doing, bro,
is gagging on
doing
Kike
exactly
dick.
Nah, don't be like that, bro. He's doing exactly what the people running for mayor in New York are doing, and everybody else. He's just trying to go show his support to Israel. You know what I mean? It's what it is. You ever seen that he converted to Judaism a couple of months? I mean, he converted to Judaism a while ago. His kids were like, "Hey, convert, Papa," and he converted. You know?
Yeah, he's a little.
That's liberal, Pablo.
He's a little fucking twink for Netanyahu. And all the fucking Likud party Zionist fucking cockroach.
He fucking dresses up like fucking Tinkerbell for Netanyahu.
But let's get into the next story. Let's check the next story.
Vice President J.D. Vance makes a trip to California following a series of recent anti-ICE protests. During his Friday visit, Vance toured a multi-agency federal joint operations center, met with leadership and Marines, and spoke briefly with the press. The vice president spoke on the decision to take command of California's National Guard and direct them to Los Angeles to quell the violence. Vance said that the move wasn't something the White House wanted to do, but if California officials aren't going to fulfill their obligations, then the federal government is forced to step up.
If you enforce your own laws, and if you protect federal law enforcement, we're not going to send in the National Guard because it's unnecessary. But if you let violent rioters burn great American cities to the ground, then of course we're going to send federal law enforcement in to protect the people the president was elected to protect.
The vice president said that the government has a responsibility to enforce the law, protect its citizens, and protect federal property,
what they were doing
in addition to
to
the
those
obligation
police
to
cars.
protect the personnel that fulfill those responsibilities. And Vance says those law enforcement officers are under attack.
Oftentimes, you have far-left agitators who are posting the names, the addresses, even the family members.
See, I can't even respect this motherfucker either because I feel like he's just ready to rush Palantir's fucking AI nightmare state onto us. This fucking crypto fucking piece of shit fucking bitch ass motherfucker.
You guys got to remember
JD
what's going
Vance.
on with that Palantir shit. They're trying to put CCTV,
Yeah.
the American version, down. Watch where you're going. Don't know what toilet
Facial
you wipe your ass at.
recognition, all that shit. You fucking motherfuckers. And then we're gonna really put fucking masks on for real, and we're gonna start fucking taking out all them fucking cameras and all
But
them
I
bitches.
mentioned the face mesh last episode, and you also pointed out a valid point that everybody needs to know is that they're working around those face mesh masks. You know, that was hard to say. Face
Fuck them,
mesh
dog.
masks.
Fuck them.
Yeah,
dog.
fuck them.
Fuck them, man.
Fuck them right now.
Let's
When I get excited,
This is crazy.
a stunning video of the accused assassin dancing. 57-year-old Lance Belter is
course
preaching at a
he's a little
church in the
twig.
Congo, a rousing sermon that couldn't be farther removed from the hatred police say fueled his shocking murder spree. This video has also surfaced of Belter claiming to work with law enforcement with a specialty in removing bodies from crime scenes.
We're working with a lot of police officers and death investigators at the location where a decedent is found. Could be a crime scene or just a natural death.
Belter is charged with the murder of State Representative Melissa Hortman and her husband Mark, and the attempted murder of State Senator John Hoffman and his wife Yvette. We're learning chilling new details of these shootings. The attempt to assassinate the Hoffmans was caught on home security video. A federal prosecutor said that video was the stuff of nightmares. He said the suspect pretended to be a cop and banged on the door, shining a flashlight on them. The senator opened the front door and quickly realized this was no cop.
When Senator Hoffman attempted to push
He had an
Belter out
actual cop
and
car.
stop him from entering his home, Belter shot him repeatedly. Belter then shot Miss Hoffman repeatedly. Belter fled the scene, and the Hoffman's daughter called 911.
Their 28-year-old daughter's life was saved by her
They both
heroic
survived?
mom, who shielded her with her body. An hour later,
Two
cops
others
almost
didn't at a
captured Belter as he
different
was about to murder the
residence.
Hortmans.
When Belter saw the officers get out of the car,
Let's that
he
man
drew his
got your
weapon
back.
and began firing. He rushed into the house through the front door, and when he entered, he murdered Representative Hortman and her husband, Mark.
The shooter is still in the house.
Look,
They
he was
believe
wearing a mask.
barricaded with the firearm.
Before escaping, he shot and wounded the Hortman's dog, Gilbert, who had to be euthanized. Police say this image shows
What the
Belter
hell,
dressed as a
bro?
police officer and wearing a hyper-realistic latex Halloween mask. Here's what the mask looks like in the light of day when we tried it on. Cops recovered weapons and a hit list from Belter's SUV and a notebook listing websites and search engines he used to research his victims. After the murders, the FBI says Belter texted his family, warning them, "Dad
Why
went
do
to
you write
war
that
last
shit down?
night. There's
Like,
going to
I
be
don't
some
get
people
that.
coming to the
That's
house."
no. When they say that shit, that's the psyop shit, dog. Cause then, do you know what this motherfucker
Armed and trigger
said?
happy, and I don't want you guys.
You know what this motherfucker said? He said he was hired by the governor, Tim Walz, to do this. And now they're trying to make him look crazy, but he actually worked for Tim Walz for a little bit, doing private security work. Yeah, dog, that's the crazy
around.
Funny thing.
And this
Yeah.
is the moment Belter surrendered to cops late last night after an hour-long siege near his home in rural Minnesota.
What do you think? He got caught? You think he
I
found
think he
Jesus,
wasn't.
so he's turning the page?
No, we're gonna talk more about this next week, and I think that he, you know, he fucking got. He wasn't supposed to get caught, bro. Because the cops are saying that he had law enforcement help with evading police because he was on the run for like a week. You know what I'm saying? And then he had law enforcement help evading police. But we'll
This
talk
guy's
more
gonna
about
commit
that
suicide.
next week. I feel like it, yes.
Oh shit, my bad.
So
You can
we'll
beep
go
that.
deeper. Yeah, no, it's fine. We're deep enough into the episode, but that's been the news section. Now we're gonna go down the Reddit hole. We're not going down the Reddit hole. We're fucking hitting the doom scroll. Let's rock.
That's right.
All right, good news segment. What was your favorite story that we talked about? What
Come on,
interested
the
you the
Tim
most?
Walsh thing, bro. The Tim Walsh thing. I'm just gonna be stuck on that.
We'll talk more about it. We'll talk more about it after the episode, and we'll talk even more about it next week when all this kind of pans out. But so we're gonna get into our first video, and we got a very anti-fucking Zionist doom scroll. We got Ted Cruz getting own doom scroll. It's just fucking wild. It's been a crazy week. Let's get into it.
Breaking news: George Soros is funding the new Ice Fest.
Okay, that's
This is an AI video.
We go live to the propaganda.
It's funny.
Okay.
What exactly are you protesting here today?
I don't even know why we're yelling, but I think chaos is good. What's wrong?
I watched the news. It said people are being taken from their homes.
Do you know anyone personally affected?
No, but my friend's uncle's distant cousin's friend. We're here to get impressionable youth to come cause chaos.
Why are you out here today? They're taking people from their homes. Where'd you see that? The news. Go watch the news. We are the resistance. The news said so. Grab a rock.
Good thing there's pallets of bricks and a conveniently placed pile just dropped off for protesters.
Here's the thing about people being illegal. Illegal should be legal. We don't need laws. What's good, foo? You want to catch a fade? I'll mess you up right now.
How fun. Reminds me of the Floyd Fest.
Perfect distraction while the so-called Semites cause unrest in the Middle East.
Right.
The Floyd
More
Fest.
propaganda.
Good one, John.
AI is
Shut it down
crazy.
or I'll shut it down. In other news, we were promised this land thousands of years ago. Bergstein, take it away.
Thanks, Steinowitz. Remember, people, they are the bad guys. Trust me.
These people are an absolute cancer.
Truly going to be the end of the human species.
That's anti-Semitic, Brittany. You better watch your tone.
Oh, yeah, I almost forgot they fund the news.
Exactly. Back to you, Dennis.
You guys make a good point, but my producers tell me to distract people with chaos so they don't notice who's actually starting World War III.
Why are you out here today?
Because if you come here illegally, you deserve to be here. Like, illegal activities shouldn't even be illegal, dog.
This is a perfect way for the government to unleash martial law. Get ready for FEMA camps, folks. Dennis, take it away. In other news, if you haven't followed Jake GTV yet, you might be a total loser. Certainly not based. Most likely retarded.
So go follow that guy who created that AI.
I'm following
because
GTV.
Yeah, that shit was funny. But let's get into our next one. This shit. Did you see this, Doug?
21 people.
Yeah.
Why the fuck is there 21 people in an air balloon?
But it's on fire when it's falling. And listen to everyone. Right before it hits, like you could hear it's like the movie where like the person goes, and gets louder, and then it just goes quiet. Listen.
Damn.
Meu Deus do céu. Jesus Cristo.
Oh, they're all burning.
Did you hear them screaming? You heard them screaming, Doug? Like, that's them screaming. Like,
yeah, the fire makes you sound different. Damn. That's intense.
Crazy. That's crazy, but let's get into our next one.
Growing up in Sunday school, I was taught from the Bible.
So the next three are Tucker Carlson ripping fucking Ted Cruz's asshole open, dog.
Yo, let's ripping it open.
In Sunday school, I was taught from the Bible, those who bless Israel will be blessed, and those who curse Israel will be cursed. And from my perspective, I want to be on the blessing side of things.
Of those who bless the government of Israel?
Those who bless Israel is what it says. It doesn't say the government of, it says the nation of Israel. So that's in the Bible. As a Christian, I believe that.
Where is that?
I can find it to you. I don't have the scripture off the tip of my... You pull out the phone and use the Google.
It's in Genesis. So you're quoting a Bible phrase, you don't have context for it, and you don't know where in the Bible it is, but that's like your theology? I'm confused. What does that even mean?
Tucker,
I'm a Christian. I want to know what you're talking about.
Okay. Where does my support for Israel come from? Number one, because biblically we're commanded to support Israel. But number two,
hold on.
I'm not holding on.
Hold on. You're a senator, and now you're throwing out theology, and I am a Christian, and I am allowed to weigh in on this. We are commanded as Christians to support the government of Israel?
We are commanded to support Israel. And
what does that mean, Israel?
We're told those who bless Israel will be blessed.
But what? Hold on. Define Israel. This is important.
No,
Are you kidding?
that was then.
This
That was
is a majority
then. This
Christian
is
country.
now.
Define Israel? Do you not know what Israel is? That would be the country you've asked like 49 questions about.
So that's what Genesis, that's what God is talking about.
The nation of Israel, yes.
And so is that the current borders, the current leadership? He's talking about the political entity called Israel?
He's talking about the nation of Israel. Nations exist, and he's discussing a nation. A nation was the people of Israel.
Is the nation God is
the main
referring to in Genesis, is that the same as the country run by Benjamin Netanyahu right now?
Yes.
I'm only trying to get
And now here we go.
I don't think you're being straightforward about it.
AIPAC.
AIPAC, I'm only trying to get to the question of what AIPAC is, and I don't think you're being straightforward about it. AIPAC is lobbying on behalf of the interests of a foreign country, and they're not registered. And you're saying, no, that's not true. You're saying that they don't coordinate with the Israeli government.
Of course, I coordinate. They talk with them. I don't know what they do.
But why don't you care? Isn't it meaningful if a foreign government...
Hey, I talk with Israel all the time. I talk with foreign countries all the time.
But the law is, and a lot of people have been prosecuted under this law, that if you are lobbying on behalf of foreign government, you must register. That's it. It's really simple. And I don't know why, if I'm working for Malaysia or Qatar or Belgium, and I'm working on behalf of its government's interests through a group of Americans who are representing the friendship between those two nations, I have to register under the Foreign Agent Registration Act, and if I don't, I can go to jail. And people have gone to jail, including people I know.
Okay.
So I don't understand why we don't just be honest and say they're lobbying on behalf of a foreign government, they're coordinating with the government. You know that that's true.
That is not only not true, that is false.
They're not coordinating with the Israeli government.
Who,
How many people live
Tucker?
around, by the way?
I don't.
Yeah, I love Tucker, but I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yo, he had some major balls to like keep that interview and just be like, fuck it, dog. I'm wearing it.
You see that shit right there? You paused it perfect.
Yeah, dog. I was commenting on that when I watched it.
Around, by the way.
I got right here.
I don't know the population.
Listen.
Right here.
Around, by the way.
I don't know the population.
At all?
No, I don't know the population.
You don't know the population of the country you seek to topple?
How many people living around?
92 million.
Okay. Yeah.
How could you not know that?
I don't sit around memorizing population tables.
Well, it's kind of relevant because you're calling for the overthrow of the government.
Why is it relevant whether it's 90 million or 80 million or 100 million? Why is that relevant?
Because if you don't know anything about the country...
I didn't say I don't know anything about the country.
What's the ethnic mix of Iran?
I don't know.
They are Persians and predominantly Shia. Okay,
it's not even. You don't know anything about Iran. So
okay, I am not the Tucker Carlson expert on Iran.
You're a senator who's calling for the overthrow of the government, and you don't know anything about the country.
No, you don't know anything about the country. You're the one who claims they're not trying to murder Donald Trump.
You're the one
who can't figure out if it was a good idea to kill General Soleimani, and you said it was bad.
You don't believe they're trying to murder Trump?
Yes, I do.
Because you're not calling for military strikes against them in retaliation. And if you really believe that,
we are carrying out military strikes today.
You said Israel was.
Right, with our help. I said we. Israel is leading them, but we're supporting them.
Well, you're breaking news here because the U.S. government last night denied, the National Security Council spokesman Alex Pfeiffer denied on behalf of Trump that we were acting on Israel's behalf in any offensive capacity.
No, we're not bombing them. Israel's bombing them.
You just said we were.
We are supporting
this is
Israel.
High stakes. You're a senator. If you're saying the United States government is at war with Iran right now, people are listening.
Okay.
Yo, Tucker was running him. Those are just, dog, you really, if you want to be entertained, you should watch that whole interview. It's almost 2 hours, and he just fucking wipes the floor with him the whole time, dog. It's hilarious. It's a good interview.
I mean, bro, I would keep quiet if I don't know what the fuck I'm talking. I'll just be honest. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know.
Yeah, he's like,
I don't know.
Yeah. All right, next.
My job is to bomb. Hey, I know that, man. Fuck you. Not me. I'm a flat-foot 35-year-old. Ain't happening.
They're gonna raise that fucking draft age to like 50, and if you're breathing, 50. Are you under 50, and are you breathing? All right, come on.
Are you good, son?
they're trying to get us into a war with Iran or not, America. If Israel is trying to, I don't trust the Israel leader at all. I don't believe anything that guy says. And
Netanyahu, fucking piece of shit.
I don't think that our soldiers should have to go and defend stuff that they start. I'm not a soldier, so I'm obviously speaking out of turn. I'm not even brave enough to serve, so there's that element. But that is kind of how I feel, I guess. And so it's like, yeah, when do I speak? When do I say that? You know? Because it feels like they're trying to push Trump to go do that, and it's like, who makes that choice? Does he make that choice? And then what do we get? You know, what's the win for us? We're just involved in some other thing while we have suffering here at home. So maybe something like that is like, yeah, do I have, should I even speak up? Because I'm not in service. Servicemen and women may be like, we'll do it, you know, and that's their commitment and their job. But yeah, I don't know. That guy really scares me. And I don't know why we support them. I don't understand that. I wish they would really give us a better explanation, you know, especially after the massacres in Gaza.
Because of places like Epstein Island.
I do not understand that.
They got blackmail on every one of these motherfuckers.
And some people say, well, you don't know enough about it. That may, and I may
Epstein's
not.
Epstein's Island isn't the only place.
But it's like, dude, can I still speak about it?
To believe that.
Can I speak about how I feel about it? You know? Moments like that. Like, when do I need to speak up? And share just for myself. Right?
That's how I feel. It's
you know,
like,
and not even try to. I don't think this is virtue signaling. I don't know exactly what that is. I was talking with my producer about it today.
They could suck my fucking dick, bro. Fuck.
But I think I'm talking about a voice for my. Like, when do I speak up for myself?
But we're deep enough in
the
synagogue
of Satan.
Exactly, the den of vipers.
Important to note that the Rothschilds claim to be Jewish, but are in fact Khazars from Mongolian Eastern Europe. Like Eisenhower, the Rothschilds have Asiatic Mongolian genes and not genes of Judaic people. The Rothschilds are like 95% of the Jews today and have Khazar genes and are now known as Ashkenazi Jews. But Georgia and Ukraine are 800 to 1,000 miles.
Is this why
north of
DNA
Palestine.
tests are illegal in Israel?
Every prime minister of Israel has been a Khazar Ashkenazi Jew with no connection to Semite people at all.
Yeah.
Wow. You learn something new every day.
Because if you did DNA testing in Israel, you'd find out, oh shit, none of these people actually have any link to the Middle East at all. Like one bit. Like they're all linked to the Khazars in Russia and Central Asiatic areas.
An ultimatum was delivered by Russia and other surrounding nations impacted by the Khazar murders and robberies that they must reject paganism and choose between Judaism, Christianity, or Islam as their official state religion.
And they chose Judaism because in Christianity and Islam, you couldn't lend money.
The Khazarian king chose Judaism, but despite his promise, the oligarchs kept practicing ancient pagan Babylonian black magic, or secret
And that's
Satanism.
how Jewish mysticism
The king melded these practices with Judaism and created a secret satanic hybrid religion, derived from Babylonian Talmudism, written by hired rabbis. The deep dark secret of the occult ceremonies was that they were all based on ancient Baal worship, also known as worship of the owl. It involves child sacrifice with bleed-outs, blood drinking, and eating of children's hearts. So these evil practices continue.
The Bohemian Grove?
Of the Khazarian Mafia today.
With the owl.
In 900 AD to 1200 AD,
where they
Russian
do the
conquests
sacrifice
were made into the Khazar
show
kingdom
and
and eventually drove most of them out. the Russian
They
prince
called Alex Jones a liar.
Sviatoslav made war upon the Khazars. The Russians created the gradual fall of the Khazars, so in a matter of a decade, the Russians removed most Khazar presence. Unfortunately, the Khazarian leaders had a well-developed spy network and were able to escape.
Yo, did I tell you about
taking their vast
Christopher
fortune
Columbus?
in gold and silver? They infiltrated Europe and Slavic nations, and perhaps back into Asia, infecting many nations and city-states, including as far as Venice, Spain, and most of Central Europe.
He wasn't black.
In secret, they continued their satanic child blood and sacrifice rituals, all for their trusted Baal to give them the whole world and all its riches. Ever since, the Khazars have plotted eternal revenge against the Russians and the surrounding nations that invaded Khazaria and drove them out of power.
Nah, I'm gonna bring something up on the screen about that in a little bit, but next video. So damn, this was one of Iran's nuclear shits being hit today, or the other day. And then we got.
What was that?
Is there a black person here?
What did you just say?
I said,
Yeah, damn.
Is there a black person here?
What did you just say?
I said, is there a black person here?
Do you have a question?
Yeah. Is there a black person here?
Chip, why are you asking that?
Janice said there was one in here. Came to check.
There's a white person here too.
Well, I don't need one of those.
Chip, please stop what you're doing.
What's the big deal? I'm just trying to find the black person here.
Well, you found her. Okay, you got her today. Okay, let me see. Let me set my sparkling down.
Oh, here it is. Got it.
Chip, are you saying is there a black purse in here?
Yeah. I like your haircut, Linda.
Thank you, Chip.
It ain't all about you.
Yeah,
Is there a black person here? Damn, I didn't catch that. That was good.
I didn't either when I first seen it. It got me.
We have just seen hundreds of missiles launched towards highly.
Listen to this one.
Seen hundreds of missiles launched towards highly populated areas.
Disgusting.
In Lebanon, Israeli missiles.
Disgustingly necessary.
Additionally, fighting on the ground has already caused deaths of 300 people who were believed to be Lebanese civilians.
Collateral is part of war, and we need to accept that.
But turned out to be Israeli forces.
Except that it is unacceptable.
Most recently, reporters witnessed the death of a half Israeli, half Lebanese man.
Sorry, I'm just trying to work out if that is evil or self-defense. Where was he when this happened? Yeah.
Exactly on the border between Israel and Lebanon.
Ooh. Wow, okay. Do we know how he was killed?
He was struck by part of a Lebanese shell.
Ah, so it was a violent, brutal...
That had become wedged in an Israeli missile.
Ooh. Really struggling with this one.
How brown was he?
She calls America evil. From her iPhone while sipping Starbucks on an airplane with Wi-Fi while watching TV. She drinks oat milk because regular milk makes her feel colonial. She got 8 COVID shots, still caught it, and blamed the unvaccinated waiter. She has a Ukraine flag in her bio. She thinks Ukraine is a clothing brand. She says Black Lives Matter, but still clutches her bag in certain neighborhoods. She used to be vegan, now she's carnivore. Depends on who she's dating. She thinks all cops are bad, then called the cops because someone wasn't wearing a mask. She says she's a feminist until she needs a jar opened. She says, trust the science, but thinks there's more than 2 genders. She got the booster, then posted a selfie with doing my part while spreading COVID in Tulum. She drinks ayahuasca for trauma she invented last year. She says she hates capitalism, but charges $499 for Zoom breathwork. She posts about toxic masculinity. From her ex's apartment. She is the most conformist woman in the world.
From your fucking ex's apartment, huh?
But when I do, it's from an organic coconut with a biodegradable straw. Stay obedient, my friends.
I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate people like you. Why are you the way that you are? Why must you be?
All right, let's go.
There's this idea that Israel's an impenetrable fortress. They have this missile defense system. They're untouchable.
This is what I was talking about earlier. Listen to this.
Idea that Israel's an impenetrable fortress. They have this missile defense system. They're untouchable. Israel has a few missile defense systems. They have the Iron Dome. They have the David Sling. And they have a series of systems called Arrow. And they have the Terminal High Altitude Defense System by the United States. Iron Dome, which is the most famous one, is just for short-range rockets. This is for short-range, small rockets from Hamas and Hezbollah on the border. They're not going to be using Iron Dome for this. They might use Iron Dome for some of these slow-moving drones. Most of those are being picked off by fighter jets, and the Iron Dome is really meant for rockets, but they'll use Iron Dome against some of the drones. What they're using for the ballistic missiles is the David Sling and the Arrow system. But the problem is that ballistic missiles are much more difficult to intercept than drones and rockets. Ballistic missiles are faster, they're bigger, they go higher up in the air, and when they reach their terminal phase, they're basically unstoppable. So this is why Iran is launching hundreds of ballistic missiles, and they're penetrating the shield. What's more, not only are they more difficult to shoot down, and so the failure rate is much higher for the David Sling and the Arrow than the Iron Dome, but the interceptor missiles that Israel uses to shoot down the ballistic missiles are very difficult to acquire. They're very difficult to procure because the United States doesn't make a lot of them. So if Iran is launching tons of stuff at Israel, Israel's got to shoot all of it down. It's got to shoot 100% of it down. But it's not just Iran. It's also Iraq. It's also the Houthis in Yemen. If Israel is shooting down missiles from Yemen, missiles and drones from Iraq, missiles and drones from Iran, every day they're running out of interceptors. Every time they shoot one of those down, it's extremely expensive. It's costing millions, upwards of billions of dollars. So it costs a lot of money, but we're also running out of the equipment. And so eventually, there's going to be a situation where Iran is making more missiles and has more missiles than Israel has interceptors. And at that point, Israel's completely vulnerable. Israel's just going to get bombarded with ballistic missiles, and there's nothing they could do about it.
Oh, no. Oh, no. What are we going to do? Oh, no. All right.
Sit back and watch.
Next video.
There's this idea that Israel's an impenetrable fortress. Nope. They have this missile defense.
Anyways.
So this is today, Iranian president lands in Beijing, China to meet with President Xi Jinping. So it's heating up.
How is this not racist? You're only doing this for an Asian person. How is that not racist?
Did I do this?
No, not you, him. When he was coming down the stairs.
Oh, I was like, oh shit, they're gonna cancel me. Did I do that on accident?
No. It's just he's coming down the stairs. Look at him. Oh, he never does that. Hello. I can just like a Chinese dick, yes. Oh, yes. Lisa Prin.
The very first thing that Iran did after the strike by the U.S. on Fordo was they bombed the crap out of Israel. Haifa, Tel Aviv, all over the place. This is absolutely insane. Oh my, I could barely even believe it, y'all.
Was it not?
And it gets even crazier. The president said they don't stop immediately. They will be bombing them again. That is bombing Iran again. It's a van. Shut up.
But
But that's not the crazy part. The crazy part is a whole lot of people allegedly Fordo was barely even touched, only the above ground part, and now they're saying that the president only did it so they'd make a deal. I guarantee you that Iran is not going to make a deal. They already said they would not stop enriching and it would be war, and then the president went and bombed them. Now we have the biggest strike we have seen yet. This was seen from West Bank. And now large cities all across America are putting out warnings because they believe something very well could happen. And yeah, I'm talking terror cells like the news just happened to tell us 2 weeks ago for no reason. And even, I know it's hard to believe, crazier, sirens weren't even going off in half the places being bombed in the country that starts with an I. Can't say them both together. And besides the terror cells and everything else, like I told you in my last video, we also have Yemen and Iraq getting...
Yeah, so you
say them both together.
Yeah, but you see that we got them... Damn, bro, we got... Israel emboldened, and now we got Iran pissed, and Iran's gonna do more, and we're gonna use it as an excuse to do more, and it's just gonna escalate. And I don't know, dog. Fucking,
I tell you this,
we're gonna
bro, Bush probably happy because it's one of them sand people. You know what I mean? That's how Bush felt about it. So that's where we're back at it.
Here, so now that we've seen the news, now that we've seen the doom scroll and all that, I wanted to wait till after the doom scroll to gauge the temperature on the War and Peace meter. We're gonna check it out now. The War and Peace, the War and Peace meter right now is at 98% towards over towards no lube. We're about to get it. Check it out, guys.
My ass.
All right, so that's been the doom scroll. You ready to go down the Reddit hole, dog?
Let's go down the hole.
Let's go. What up, y'all, and welcome back. It is down the Reddit hole. We're gonna check out my favorite Reddit stories this week. One of them I touched on a little earlier with Christopher Columbus and him being a fucking Jew. Listen, this Joe's not trying to Jew bash, it's just making light of Jew history, and I said this was we're just showing Jewish history, that's all. But look,
it's a comedy
Christopher
show.
Christopher Columbus was, you see this, dog? Christopher Columbus was Jewish and from Spain, not Genovese, and not a Catholic. Research uncovered. So basically, they did DNA testing on his bones, and they're like, "Yo, he's a Spanish Jew, right?" Christopher Columbus may have been a Spanish Jew, according to a new documentary. So listen. When did they say that Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue? What is it?
In something too.
Yeah. Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue in 1492, right? He began on August 3rd, right? You know what else happened in Spain when he left in 1492? Check this out, dog.
Spain expelled all practicing Jews in 1492. The
Alhambra Decree signed on March 31st, 1492 gave Jews a deadline to convert to Christianity or leave the country by the end of July. This edict effectively ended the largest Jewish settlement in Europe at the time. So they had the largest settlement, and the Spanish king and queen were like, nah, I'm not feeling this. This is one of those 109. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, there you go.
This is one
of
the
109 Ronin.
But so Spain just so happened to be expelling all the Jews. This guy's a Jew. He comes. I bet you the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria were Jew vessels, and this whole country was built on Jew shit. From the very beginning. Christopher Columbus was a Jew who came over here, and he basically got kicked out, and they said, "Fucking set sail, bitch." And he set sail.
Say what you want. This is not me making this up. These are Talmudic laws. Makes sense though, why him and Pocahontas. Sorry. You know what? This is the part of the episode where we give a shout out to the vodka because I'm way off.
Pocahontas.
My bad. I'm thinking fucking John. Hold up. Take that back. Go ahead.
No, what happened with Pocahontas? That bitch is fucking fine, bro.
Yeah, nice cheeks.
Yo,
on the face.
that cartoon Pocahontas, bitch. Tell me you wasn't when you was a kid. You wasn't
the
like
colors
damn,
of the wind.
Damn, son.
Yeah,
That
colors
bitch
of come. Different colors.
So now that we see this, we've seen this, we're gonna check this out. You ready for this next shit, dog?
Cheers.
Fucking
yeah, let's go.
This is gonna make you laugh. I want you to read this.
America will bomb your country until there's nothing left. Then come back 20 years later and make a movie about how depressed their soldiers got from doing it. I mean, yo, this is hold up. Hold up. It's funny, but it's not funny. You know what I mean? Like it's just funny in the context that was presented to me. This is why we laugh. But it's not a funny thing if you don't go to PTSD. Shiza.
That's what we do though.
No.
It's funny.
Oh my God.
Fucking don't apologize for good comedy, dog. It was good comedy. People.
I honestly mean what I'm saying. I didn't listen. It is not because I got friends, you know what I mean, and I really do respect soldiers, and I respect people who put their life on the line. Mostly men. I always stress that. Just whatever. That's my own thing. But anyways, it's just I just whatever.
Yo, Trump's talking shit. So you know how they were just saying on the news that they're not going to do regime change in Iraq? This is a super new post I just found on Reddit. We're bringing it to you guys 8 minutes ago. About 11 minutes ago now. It's not politically correct to use
the term. Oh, my bad. Go ahead. Regime change.
But if the current Iranian regime is unable to make Iran great again, why wouldn't there be a regime change? Make Iran great again. MIGA. So now he's got to make Iran No, this guy is fucking too much for me, dog. I can't. He's ready to drag us into some more shit.
A part of me wants to wear a MIGA hat, John, just because it's stupid as hell. I can't believe he just did this, bro. Are you kidding me? MIGA? MIGA. We went from MAGA to MIGA. So now we can just do that to anything. Now we can just do. What about? We could do MIGA for two things. We can say Irish, make Ireland great again.
And
right?
this
because
is
they're
what
going through it, actually.
No, this is what it all boils down to, because they say, "Oh, we're Christians, we got to support Israel." But look,
Bible says people who tortured and killed Jesus are superior, chosen people of God. We must protect them at all costs.
Do we remember what the New Testament says and the New Covenant says?
The New Testament says that the synagogue of Satan, the den of snakes,
the brood of
they
vipers.
Are liars. Remember,
They
the
are
Bible
thieves,
says that people will pretend to
murderers.
be Jews who are not Jews. They will take on that
and what
identity.
Are they doing? What are they doing? Why is it illegal to do? Let's do DNA tests in Israel. Let's go. Just take 10 Israelis.
No, brother.
100,
no, brother.
100
no.
Israelis.
It's not. For why? You don't need to do it. For why? For why?
Because
believe me. Don't look in the books. Believe me.
Tell them to believe this fucking dick. Tell them I said they can fucking eat a fucking dick. We don't give a fuck about them or their fucking...
Yo, that's coming from the people from fucking New York. Eat a fucking dick, all right?
Eat a
big
fucking
old fat
dick.
Cock.
We don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck about Israel. We don't
Only
give a
our
fuck
mayors
about
in New York give a
supporting
fuck about
Israel.
Israel. The people don't give a fuck.
I don't want to see my fucking my sons and daughters of my country going and fucking dying in a war they don't need to fucking die in. You know what I'm saying? We don't need.
But wait a minute. He said he wasn't going to Israel.
Spilled.
That's what he said. I'm gonna go. That's the first place I'm gonna go. You heard him, guys. He said he's not going. He's not going. So vote me as a mayor. Vote me. Vote Pablo Escobar as mayor of New York.
Oh yeah.
I got the cities back.
You're making. I get what you're saying. I'm like, it took me a second there, and I'm like, wait, what happened? But yeah. Fuck you, Bibi Netanyahu. Fuck you, Zionist piece of shit. Fuck you, Donald Trump, for bending over. I fucking really liked you at one point, and I do still regrettably like some of your policy decisions, but you could forever eat a fucking big, fat fucking
Hey,
dick.
listen, one poison killed me faster. The other one killed me slower. I went with Trump. What do you want me to tell you, bro? You know what I mean? Everybody gets fooled. People get played. This is life, bro. You got me. You played the hard strings.
I would like y'all to go back to our beginning episodes, our first 5 episodes, our first 10 episodes, and see what I was saying about this motherfucker. And you was saying about this motherfucker. We had our karate stance up, and we got played, dog. At the end of the day, we got played.
Let's be real here. He's fucking with Benjamin Netanyahu or whatever his name is. He's not a motherfucker. He's a father fucker. Bending over. He's a father fucker. He over here doing dads.
Pussy ass, bitch ass, motherfucking faggot.
He likes when they flip the wig open when they banging him from the back. He likes the wig to go out. He likes when they pull it from the left. Yeah, there you go. There you go, like that. Make that shit flop. Somebody use AI. Make that shit. I want to see Donald
like I
used to watch the Electric Company.
Donald Trump's head with the fucking shit flop.
Yeah. You remember the Electric Company on the Sesame Street, right?
Benjamin
Where it would be like a black
background.
shadow and it was like fat, and the other shadow would be like fatness, and it would put it together. Remember that? Hey,
yo, what's gonna happen?
Silhouettes.
Palantir's gonna come and they're gonna fucking terminate us for talking about Israel. So it's gonna happen.
You said it now, just in case they do come for us. You know what I mean? There's no. I have a daughter. Hey. I don't do nothing but sit here, take care of my daughter. My wife works.
Exactly.
I just want to make this clear. You know what I mean? Like opinions are opinions. Freedom of speech is still a thing, and until they get rid of the Constitution,
and fuck you and come kill us. You could come fucking kill us. Kill us and kill him first.
No, hold on, wait a minute. No, that's his thing. I don't.
He's ready to die
about
it. He said he's ready to die about it.
I got a daughter. If I didn't have a daughter, we would be talking a whole different story. But I have a daughter. I need to be here for her. So I'm going to do the best I can. And if you don't like how I say it, I'm going to give 2 words to you. Suck it. Yeah, that's right, bro. DX. Let's go fucking D-Generation X. There you go.
All right. So it's been a great episode. You can find us on Instagram, YouTube, Rumble, TikTok. Everywhere you can find us
in your grandma's dirty hampers. I'll be sniffing the Hershey stains off them
dirty
old
fucking
panties.
hammers at Malice the Podcast. At Malice the Podcast is where you can find us everywhere. On all social media
Hershey
sites.
stains on the soft panties.
He loves those fucking Hershey stains.
Shout out to me Canyon. I don't want to steal that from you.
Bro, he likes that fucking Preparation H smell. He likes to scrape the cream up. He says
I like when they
says
leave a
what he
nice
does.
little Hershey drop on a panty. I take it outside, put it on a piece of glass, dry it out, then cut it down off of the glass. I break it into dust and sniff that shit. A good old snot turd.
He said what he likes to do. He got all his fingers cut except this one fingernail's real long. He said when it's fresh preparation, been slathered all over that shit, he comes in here with the nail, and then he spreads that shit on a cracker, and he just eats that shit.
And you know I want some cherry jam on that shit once a month, a little cherry jam on it. Vampires, let's go. Vampire life. Jim Jones,
Vampire. But anyway, so now that what's crazy is we're like, we're Christians. We're Christians. We're doing a good, wholesome Christian show. And you're fucking grandma's hamper.
Satire.
We're working on it. We're
becoming better people. Watch the podcast.
Day
Keep
by
watching
day.
us. Watch us be better people, little by little.
Exactly.
You could
Pray for
polish a
us.
turd, but it's still just a shiny piece of shit.
We're always just gonna be shiny pieces of shit that get out the Lord's message in a fucked up way. And we're gonna leave you off with some fucking wise words from somebody, but they're gonna be there. Peace out.
The people don't really know what I go through. I listen to it, but they really don't know what I go through because I just want to be polite. The boxing's the easy part. When you get in there and fight in the ring, it's easy. That's the vacation. But when you're here and you have to train, you have to do things over and over till you're sore, until sometimes and deep in your mind you say, God, I don't want to do this no more. I'm not doing this because, you know, it's something you have to do. It's doing it because it should be fun to you. I push it out.